Hello, hello. Welcome back again to another week. I don't know. I think it's week 5 or something now. It's close to week 5. This is week 4, but upcoming is week 5. So things are getting a little heated now. But of course, we start off with the injuries, because why not? I still don't have a reason for why I start off with injuries, but there weren't many today. I mean, not today, but this week there weren't many. They were notable ones, I will admit. And speaking of notable, there was a trade that happened, or not? Sorry, not a trade, a transaction of sorts. Do I even need to say what it was? I mean, it pretty much shifted the balance of the NBA as I predicted. And of course, I'll just say it because for the sake of, in case you didn't know, Thonmaker was waived by the Cavaliers. So yeah, they waived Thonmaker, and all I can say is, well, Cavs, just good luck, buddy. You're gonna be in rebuilding mode for the next 28 years. But when you have an incompetent organization like that, then what can you do, really? So, anyways, enough talk about the NBA. Let's go into the matchups for the ONFL, our NBA Fantasy League. Holy Jesus. Oh my goodness, is that an actual win? In a convincing manner? No BS, no just barely edging out the competition? Oh my. Oh, hold up, I gotta sit down and admire this one. My goodness. Yep, I've looked over all the stats, looked over everything. It appears that, this is indeed a very convincing win. I must say, I'm actually quite surprised. Honestly, I thought it would be another case of just me barely losing by another comically small amount. Yet here we are, 7-2. I mean, maybe not the most daunting opponent. Well, I want to say no offense, but honestly, all offense given, quite frankly. That free throw percentage, I mean, goddamn, looking like a field goal percentage on a very good shooting night. My goodness. But, I'm just really happy. I got my first actual matchup win, so yay for me. This one was quite close. I mean, the 5-3 score doesn't really do it justice. I mean, those blocking numbers tied up could have gone either way. And also, 1 point. Wow. A single point. He could have won 7-2. But Saphir managed to get one more point than him. My goodness. But yeah, overall, while I was watching this matchup throughout the week, it was pretty damn close. I'm still gonna have to give the convincing win to Jacob here, Hat's team, because, well, he's got a lot of injuries, let's just say. And despite that, he's gone out here and taken a decent W. So good on him, I guess. As for Saphir's team, he's sort of retooling, strategizing, trying to figure out what he can do better with this team. It's got a lot of potential, but there are definitely a decent amount of, well, a lot more weaknesses than there are strengths. Let's just put it that way. I talked with him, and he did say he was pretty adamant on finding a way to make this team work, so good on him for being proactive in that search, and I wish him all the best. Oh god, children, cover your eyes. My goodness. Oh god. Jesus Christ. I did say that if Jay's team wanted to be hilarious, or even got close to winning, I thought it would be a nice shake-up for the league, but, well, that idea was completely just obliterated. My god. He almost won in turnovers as well. He was off by 2 turnovers. 2 of them. 2 turnovers. Oh my lord. Jay, I don't know what to say. I'm rhyming accidentally here, but your team is just, it's not good. You gotta do something, man. You gotta do something. Do you want this to happen every week? 8-1. This wasn't necessary. This was an unnecessary, excessive violence. Excessive violence is the word I use for it. But hey, whatever keeps you in first, I suppose. I don't know, man. This is hard to look at. Next, I'm surprised this was such a blowout. I was watching this throughout the week, and I saw the lead change hands multiple times. And even then, up until the last few games, I think the score was damn close. However, it appears that Ray's father has taken the dub over Akwazy. Tough loss, honestly, but hey, I mean, he's still in 6th. He's still in it. 17-19, but not the worst in the world. He can always bounce back. Just a really tough opponent to lose to, And if you look at those numbers, it was damn close. It was just he was on the wrong side of too many of those 50-50 ones. I mean, look at steals off by 3, assists off by 1. Rebounds was surprisingly close as well, and points too. So it was just it could have gone either way. Just one bad night from one player and it screwed him over. That's Robert Covington for you. Again, another very close one that ended up being a very damn near blowout type game. But I mean, look at that field goal percentage, free throw percentage. Maybe 3 pointers isn't as close, but like points, rebounds, assists. Look how close all those are. Just a damn shame, really. Honestly, again, same thing. Just either a player gets injured or just doesn't have a good like one player can screw up your entire stat line. Again, same thing as before. Like I said last matchup, Brian, tough loss, but you can get him next week. You're not down that badly, but I will have to say that it's looking like we have the fearsome three here: Quad Squads, Ray's Baes, and Ray's father. Those seem to be the teams to beat this season. And man, oh man, it's looking like their teams are looking mad overpowered right now. It's a combination of both good picks in the draft and good management overall. Not too many injuries. On the transaction side of things, it's quite lonely. Just a single transaction. It's probably going to get even lonelier as the season goes on, but I mean, hey, what can you do? So I'll take this time to acknowledge the fact that we've changed from weekly team setups to daily, which basically means, see, before we were only allowing managers to change up their team once every week, every Monday. However, due to the fact that there's so many damn injuries now, with, all the stuff that's going on in the world, we have to adjust. So we decided to just switch to the regular thing, which is just daily. Now, before, of course, as usual, I got to talk about this week's Brickaholic, and this one's a little bit unexpected. From a guy that's usually very consistent with just offense in general, I mean, I was very, very surprised by this. Robert Covington, I mean, Jesus Christ, there are children who watch these NBA games, and this man is putting on what I don't even know if this is appropriate for television, honestly. Like, these shooting numbers, holy shit. Oh my goodness. Honestly, I'm kind of speechless. Like, I don't really know what to say when it comes down to Robert Covington's performance over this week. I mean, it's week 4 now, and he's shooting like this. Get better? I don't know if the Blazers did just fine. They were 3-1, but Jesus Christ, man. Think of the children. The goddamn children, man. Now, let's take it down to the interviews. Well, Saphir, you've been busy lately. I see you've been making trades, inquiring about Ja Morant, LaMelo Ball, and Devin Booker. What's your motivation behind those trades and shopping those players?
So I'm kind of new to this whole thing, so I didn't have like a strat at the beginning of the game, right? But like now I'm trying to make a strategy regarding my defense and rebounding. So anyone that have like that's really good at scoring, but like terrible at defense, I'm trying to trade them for someone who can be a more defensive, impacted player.
All right, I
So
see. Yeah, makes sense.
yeah.
So I guess it's safe to say that your new strategy now is rebounds over offense. Is that correct?
Yes, they're well defense over offense, but yeah.
All right. And then I guess lastly, I just wanted to ask about your next matchup, Quad Squad. He's been a menace to this league so far. How do you plan to approach this next matchup? Because he's like leading the league in almost every stat category. I know that might be a little bit of exaggeration, but like what are you thinking?
No, but I agree with you. He definitely has been a beast throughout the whole thing. So, like, honestly, I know I'm not going to be like winning this. I could win a couple of categories, but like my strategy for next week is basically use it as like a test week, so I can test out a different lineup, check out what's a better strategy for me. If I go all defensive or like all offensive.
Oh
So
yeah.
right now I'm gonna go all offensive, just to double check if I can still stay in this line.
Yeah, that's fair. Honestly, I'd probably do the same thing. An opponent, I could try and beat him, but if there's a very unlikely chance, I might just use that as time to like adjust and see what strategies if I can hang with them and things like
Exactly.
that. So I agree with what you're doing,
Exactly.
and yeah, that pretty much wraps it up. So thank you for joining me. Hope to see you soon, and yeah, good luck with your trades and your strats.
Yes, sir. And yo, good game for the last week, man. It
Oh yeah,
was it was fun.
yeah, good game. I'm still pissed off. I lost by 2 rebounds though. Like I could have kept it. I could have kept it close, but those 2 rebounds, man. Oh my goodness. I guess you could say I saved the best for last, technically, in a manner of speaking. TJ, welcome, sir.
Hello there, sir. How are you?
So I'm doing great, thank you. I'm sure you're feeling like $1 million right now, especially I mean, God, like first place after 4 weeks. In the last 2 matchups, you've only allowed 1 point for the opposition. How's that feel?
I mean, feels good. Um, can't say much more than that. I mean, team's playing well. Guys have stayed healthy. Knock on wood. Hopefully we can keep it going. I see Ray's father and Ray's Baes. They're right behind me, so got to keep the steam rolling.
Yeah, absolutely. And speaking of those guys, I guess not only just them, but anyone in the league in general. Do you see anyone as like a problem or someone who could potentially be a mismatch for you in any way?
Man, no one specific person, but I would say my team's been struggling a little in the rebounding department and the defensive stats this season. We've been dropping a lot of points, but I might have to look to strengthen those defensive stats coming up.
Yeah, absolutely.
Saphir's team this week actually was looking actually surprisingly a bad matchup. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, well, it's the ones that you don't expect that usually get you. But hey, I mean, hell, you're first in 3-pointers, so I mean, and I believe first in free throws in other categories too. So it's again, as you said, pretty good offensive team, but some defensive things might be a problem.
Just looks like his whole team's coming back healthy, like the week we're facing him. So just unfortunate timing for us.
Yeah, absolutely. And then I guess one last thing. This isn't for this week, but next week's matchup. It's against Imaad's team, Brampton Bastrds. You know, you guys, of course, are homies, as I know.
Oh yeah.
As I'm sure. Well, I'm sure some of the people playing know. But just some history there. Do you have anything you want to say to him, or if he's watching this, or do you have any like input on that matchup coming up?
Hey man, best of luck to him. I believe I'm gonna take it though. That's all I can say. I just feel like I've got the better team on paper, and I'm just gonna roll this one through.
Of course, yeah, that's fair. That's fair. All right, well, that's all the time I've got for this interview. DJ, thank you for joining me. Good luck on your little streak you've got going here. But
right,
I'm still gonna be hating on you, no cap. Like, I'm just let me get that out of the way. Like I don't think it's legit. Fair. I still don't know. But yeah. Anyways, take it easy, man.
You too.
Yeah. So real quick, end of video edition here. I've decided to make an executive decision here. I'm going to be making this series a monthly series. Reason being is that, to be honest, I want to do other stuff with the channel. I wanted this to be more like a secondary thing, not a main thing. Yet I look at the amount of videos I've posted this year, starting from January the 1st, it's been basically just this, for the most part. I'm not saying I don't like doing this, I want to do it a little bit differently. Because, quite frankly, just me having to do this weekly is kind of exhausting. And it's also not in the format I'd like to do it in. Like, I'd like to make it more about the actual managers in this league, you know. I want to make it like a storyline type of thing. I know that sounds really weird when I say it like that, but you'll understand when the next episode comes around sometime next month. I don't want to just analyze box scores and all that stuff. I mean, that's cool and all that, but I'm more of the one. I want more of the informal approach, honestly. I'd prefer just make a goofy story about each individual team rather than just go on a week-by-week basis, basically just covering the matchups and all that stuff, because I don't know, I've been doing it, and I find that I feel like I can be doing better. So yeah, changing this to a monthly series, splitting it up into quarters. Week 1 through 4, that was the first quarter, so it'll be 3 more quarters, maybe some overtime for the playoffs, but that's how it's going to be now. Yeah, anyways, hate to leave this video on a note like that, but that's just, I feel like it's a necessity at this point. This was supposed to be less of a main stage thing in my channel, more of like a sideshow type deal, and it's slowly but surely taken over, so I'm going to just dial it back just a bit. Just dial it back. I'll still be doing it, I think. Anyways, remember, I ain't got no catchphrase.